All right, we have today's mail call. Today's a little bit different than the usual. We have some parts here. If you don't recognize that, it's to a core figure. This is Crusher McCluskey. I think I pronounced that correctly. But this is one from my childhood. And when I look it up online, it says this is roughly 92. So I'd be roughly about 8, and that sounds about right. When I was younger, I didn't have GI Joes as often. I mean, GI Joes I remember being like $4 and $5, which equivalent to that time was about $16, $17. And the core figures were so much cheaper. And like for the price of one Joe, you can get like 3 or 4. You can get like a 3-pack. It'd be even cheaper. You can get a 3-pack of the core figures, and they look just like GI Joe. But with the core, you never really had designated good or bad. They were just there. So whoever you wanted to be good could be good. Whoever you wanted to be bad, it could be bad. So kind of hard to see his face a little bit there. I'm trying to zoom in. And other pictures I've seen, this part's painted white. This part on his chest there is painted white. And mine is skin color, so I don't know. I don't know if I have a variant or if this was just like one of those, quality control issue things. But what I got was, I got his weapons. And I believe this was a shield. You put his arm through it. Yeah. Sorry, that's my cat in the background making noise if you can hear it. But as far as I know, this is a shield. I'm not 100% Hattie. I'd have to do a little more research on this. Or maybe he held it both. Or I don't know. I really don't know. I'll figure it out. But he had this little, whatever this thing is. But mine has a broken thumb. And so I got a part that doesn't have a broken thumb. And this is the original O-ring that is in this thing. I have never changed O-rings. I do have quite a few of these core figures. But, of course, all of them are missing their accessories. So, I've just been going through and getting parts back, and just so I can have the ones from my childhood back to the way they looked. But, like I said, these would come in a 3-pack, and then they would have, if they had one, it would come with like a motorcycle, or, I remember I think it was 10 figures and a giant tank. I got that for Christmas one year, and I played with that tank for years. And it had all these little hidden guns and stuff that would pop, and missiles that would pop out, and they were pretty cool. Again, they weren't GI Joe, but I was appreciative of everything I got, and when I did get GI Joe, it was usually birthdays, Christmases, Easter, special events like that. And then I didn't, as a kid, as I've stated before, I didn't know that you can just replace the O-ring on them. So whenever an O-ring would bust, I thought the figure was broken, and I would just throw it away. And I feel so stupid for that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and put a new O-ring in this guy. As far as I have never done one in a core figure before. So this will be the first time I've ever done this. So I'm pretty sure from what I've seen that they look just like the GI Joes do. So we're going to pull you out. Keep that right there. I'm going to put his new hand in, and we're going to put a new O-ring in him since I got him popped apart. Oh, there we go. And first time this guy's ever been apart. And, oh man, look at that O-ring. Oh, it's very old. Man, that is very old. Ooh. It still has some elasticity to it. Elasticity, there we go. Yeah, it looks good, but, like I said, we're going to go ahead and replace it. As far as I know, yeah, it looks just like the ones that G.I. Joe had, so. Where's this? There it is. I am shocked that even some of these had made it through my childhood as hard as I played with these things. There was a park in the neighborhood behind mine. I grew up in this town called Morrow, Georgia. And there was a little park behind my neighborhood that I used to walk to. And they would have, the Corps would come with boats and stuff. So I would always take them out and play with it in the water. And, all the other neighborhood kids we would all meet there and have fun and play. And we would, jump our bikes across the little stream. Surprised I never broke anything. I never broke any arm or legs or anything. So I'm shocked from some of the things that I've done in my youthful days. But anyway, but yeah, I remember they had boats and all kinds of just cool stuff. And we had a lot of fun playing with them. Some of my friends had real G.I. Joes. They would bring out their Defiant complex, and we'd play with that thing for hours. And one guy had a tactical battle platform, and we would put it in the water, and we would like pull our boats up to it and our figures and stuff like that. And it was just really cool. Just had a lot of fun. A lot of fun with it, other people being around. But let's see, let's put him in there. And there he is. Oh, there's a podcat coming in her cat door. And here we go. Hey, Phoebe. There's Phoebe. Always wondering what I'm up to. I'm not up to nothing. Alright, just carefully. You don't want to screw these in too tight, because then you can start breaking them. But here we are on Broken Thumb now. Broken Thumb versus not Broken Thumb. And then hopefully I don't break a new thumb trying to put his weapons in. I remember doing that, but I think you can push. Oop, knocking everything over. I think his whole arm went through here from. It's been so long since I've played with these things. I found my Corps figures in a bin the other day, and maybe this will do for now. I don't want to push it too hard through there because I don't want to break anything. But like I said, I'll figure it out. I got time to figure it out. I just wanted to make a quick video. But yep, new O-ring, feels good. His old O-ring it's getting pretty. It still has some flexibility to it, but it's definitely pretty dry rotted. This is really old, and some of the Corps figures that I have are stamped 89, 90, and that sounds about right too, because I came into G.I. Joe around the Deke era. That was about 89, 90. I was about 5 and 6 years old, and so that's when it was on when I got home from school. I'd watch them, it had I've always liked the opening song, the "Got to Get Tough," Yo Joe. I always liked that. But yeah, I had quite a few, and I mean, these guys are built like G.I. Joe, even though they're not G.I. Joe. They're built similar to G.I. Joe, and I had a lot of good playtime with them. Maybe I even do like this. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. I'm not even sure if I'm doing it correctly. I don't know. The only thing I do know is I know nothing. I might even do it like that. I don't know. That might be the better way of holding it. But I got to do a little more research on this guy. Trying to figure out a little more about. Trying to do a little more research on him. See what he's supposed to look like. I do have some stands coming in for him. I don't know. I think I only have like 5 or 6 of these left, and I couldn't tell you how many core figures I had. I had a lot because they would, like I said, you can buy them in 3 packs, and then they would like you can buy them like in a bulk for like I don't want to say how much because I can't remember. I want to say 50, but I'm not sure. But you can get like 20 figures in a tank for like $50, and like with G.I. Joe, that's only like two, maybe like 1 vehicle and 1 figure. But that's why I just didn't have G.I. Joe very much as a kid, and the core was a big part of my childhood, and I do mean big part of it. And it's nice getting them back out of storage. I forgot about them. I put them in a box and just forgot about them. And when I moved, I was like, hey, what's this box? And I opened it up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember this, and I got a few of them already, finding their pieces for them. So there's a couple of them that I couldn't find exactly their original stuff, but I found like because they were the same figures released like several times, several variants, different paint schemes, different colors. And sometimes like their weapons were supposed to be purple or yellow, and I would just get black. Just like as long as it looks like what it came with, I'm okay with that. It's not that big a deal for me to have them 100% complete. I just remember them, and I just want to restore them basically to the best of my abilities. Some of these are actually quite expensive. One I remember having was Boomerang, and finding the version that I had I found it, but he's mint in box, and they want a good chunk for him, and he was in a 3-pack. So, but eventually I plan to get him, and then but I got like Large Sarge, and I got Hammer. Hammer was always my leader guy because he was the one that had the best the best camo. But anyway, I'm ranting here. Here's the core. Crusher McCloskey. Got them all looking good. I'm very glad I'm able to find these, and they're really not that expensive. Certain ones are really not that expensive. Parts are somewhat easy to find for certain ones anyway. Like I forget I forget the guy's name, but he came with his name eludes me now, but he came with looks like Sergeant Flash's laser gun, and it was supposed to be, his backpack was yellow and his gun was blue, and I cannot find it. So maybe eventually I will. I just went ahead and bought a black one because I mean honestly it looks better. But maybe eventually if I find his original pieces for it, I'll buy those and replace them. But for now, it's fine. But anyway, I just wanted to do this real quick, and I'm pretty happy I found these and getting them restored. And my son, Mr. S, can look at them, and he asked me what they are and what I used to do with them, and good memories. But anyway, everybody have a good day and take care and be safe.